Hello, welcome to my channel. This is my intro. This is the beginning of the video. The video starts now. Okay, so welcome to part 2 of the video. So today I'm actually going to be showing you the step-by-step of how to bleach a lace frontal or lace closure. Basically the same step as a frontal, which is a bigger, wider closure. Okay. So first of all, what I like to do is put some foil down on the table. This is to protect the table and also to aid the speed of bleaching the knots. So basically, we're going to apply some bleach here, turn the hair around, and then we're going to fold it over when the bleach is applied. But we haven't got to that step yet, so bear with me. So I'm going to actually start off by wetting the hair with water. If you watch part 2, this is part 1, sorry, this is actually water, conditioner and oil, but you don't need that, you just need water, and this isn't going to, I'm just using it as a spray bottle. So what I'm doing here is actually just spraying the front of the lace, the front of the hairs basically. Why I'm doing that is basically so the hair can lay flat and the flyaways don't fly away and get in the way of the bleach, and then we don't want that because we don't want the hair to die. So I'm just spraying it here. And then I'm going to use a brush. You can use any brush to brush the hairs down. This just makes it easier for the hairs to lay flat. You can still see a little bit of hairs at the front. I'm just going to use my hand to try and flat it down now. So now they're all laid back, you don't see lots of random flyaways. This just helps so the little hairs don't get dyed. Now my foil's wet, so I'm just going to dry that off. So now we're actually going to be dealing with the bleach. Before I open the bleach, I'm going to put on some gloves so I don't get any chemical burns. Chemical burns do hurt, so I would suggest put some gloves on. It doesn't feel pleasant and it's not good for you. Unless, again, if you're into that. No, I'm joking. Put on some gloves. Now the gloves are on, now we are protected. Okay, so let's, oh my god, I'm actually going to put a bandana on. As I said in my other video, when you open the bleach goes into the air, you breathe it in, it's not good for you. So maybe get some sort of material, I'm just using a blue bandana, to cover your nose so you don't breathe it all in. I might sound nasally now. Okay, so now we're going to be dealing with the bleach. This is the blue powder bleach that I'm using. It is by, I don't know if it's focusing, I'm quite far from the camera. It is actually by, it's a brand called True Lights, and it's called Rapid Blue Bleach Powder. You can get it from like any supply shop, like it's more local if you're in London, but if not, just go to like Amazon or anything like that, you can get that. And we're going to also be using a 30 developer peroxide. This is by the same brand. Well, this one is called True Zone Cream Peroxide 30 volume. Sorry, I'll speak properly. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and now mix the bleach. So what you want to do when mixing the bleach, you actually want it to be a thick consistency. You don't want it to run, because if it runs, then it'll seep through to the hair. I'm just going to show you right now. So you can see those little particles, I don't know if you can see on camera, but they fly into the air and you don't want to breathe that in. Okay. So we've just got some scooping here. I think I'm going to use 3 scoops first of all, just to see how much I need. I might have to add more. It depends how much peroxide I put in, because we want to have like a cake batter mix almost. And then when doing this, open your window so you can ventilate the place. So now we're moving on to the peroxide. We're not going to use so much, we're just going to use a little because we want a thick consistency so the hair doesn't run through. So I'm just going to use that much first of all, mix it together and see how it is. I'm just going to be mixing it with a rat tail comb and see what happens. Again, please cover your nose. Okay, we actually need some more peroxide. When I say peroxide, I mean the developer. Oh, what's this? I wanted to get in with it. I wanted to have some fun. Basically from the bleach. Okay, well, obviously we need some a little bit more. And we want to make sure it's well blended. See, we're getting there now. Basically, you don't want it to run. When picking up, you do not want it to run. But you still want to be able to spread it. I might add a little bit more. I think this is spreadable, we'll see. Right. Why you don't want it to be so liquidy and runny? Because then it will seep through to the lace. And then it'll go into the hair, then you have long roots, and you don't want that. I just want to make sure it's well blended. I remember my grandma used to mix like this. Okay, so it doesn't drip, which is good. You need it not to drip. So now we'll be able to spread it. I'm just going to get the knife and see if I can actually spread it. I feel like I might need some more mixture, so I might go ahead and just add more now, so I don't have to keep going back and adding more. So this is the kind of consistency you want, but I'm just going to add more so I can have more volume, so I don't have to keep doing it as going on. Okay, so what we're doing now is about to put a hairband around the hairs of the frontal to stop the hairs flying into the bleach, and we're also going to use the foil to wrap around the perimeter of the frontal, so we just dye the knots instead of the hairs, and we're going to put some extra foil at the ends of the hairs so we don't dye the hair. Okay, so I'm actually going to be using this plastic knife. I've actually already dipped it in there to try and spread it on like butter. You don't want to force it on because then it'll go into the... You just want to lay on top. You don't want to force it in to penetrate the hair because you don't want blonde roots. So here we go. Just let it lay on top like so. And spread it along. Okay, so now you can see that I'm just adding the paste, the bleaching mix, onto the frontal, the base of the frontal to penetrate the knots. You just apply a nice even layer as if you're applying butter to bread. So you do it across the closure, making sure that you're getting every single inch of it, and then you're basically finished. We'll get some hair in here. No! Okay, don't panic. Basically, if you get any hair in there, just use water and like a cotton wool, like the thing that you use to clean your hairs. You can use that or a cotton wool thing. Of the processing, because 40 is quite harsh. So I wanted to try 30 and see if it makes a difference. So we're nearly finished now. Hopefully it doesn't... I can already see that it is bleaching the knots. I can see that there's places where it's getting lighter. it's turning into sort of like a golden colour already, so it's working quite fast. I think I'm going to leave it on there for about 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes at the most, and then wash it out. I actually ended up leaving it on for 30 minutes. Oh no, wait, for some hair, bleach in the hair. Right, I'm going to use these pyjamas because I don't use it. I'm just going to use this in water. So basically, in your case, you can use a tap water or any sort of like cotton wool, but this is what I got hair quick because I don't have this on. I don't have that on me at the moment because I didn't think I was going to get bleach in my hair. And I just want to remove it with that, like so. The water will stop it from working. Every time water touches bleach, it stops the whole process. Okay, good. It's gone. We're saved. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, so I'm just going to move this down a bit and then cover it with a foil so the process is faster. The reason why I'm doing this as well is because I'm using the 30. 30 is a little bit slower than the 40 in terms of processing time. Okay, I'm going to leave this and check on it in about... I want to check on it every 10 minutes. So now it's 7:39. Put the timer on for 10 minutes, then come and look at it. Okay, so 10 minutes is up. Let's have a look at the hair. Okay, I can see that the knots are getting lighter. Okay, so I'm going to leave it for like 5 more minutes, but when you see the next step, I'm going to be in a different room washing the knots out. So, until next time. Well, until 5 minutes time. You'll see me in my bathroom washing the hair out. Can you bring it closer? I just want to give you a little zoom and you can see that it is actually changing. It's getting a little bit gold. Okay, so now it is ready to be washed. The knots are now bleached. It was actually more than 15 minutes. I did it about 20 minutes, I'd say. No, it was 30 minutes. Now I'm going to wash them out and we'll see how it goes. So what I'm going to use when washing the clothes out, let me just deactivate this. Once you put the water on, actually deactivates the bleach, will stop processing, so it doesn't matter if the hair, the bleach now is going onto the hairs, because it's wet, it won't activate. Okay. So now we can see that the knots are actually bleached. I'm going to use, again, if you watch part 1, these are the products that I'm using. I'm going to use this conditioner. Well, first of all, I'm going to use the shampoo. This is the shampoo I'm using and it's by Provac. It's basically, you know, them purple shampoos are supposed to help eliminate the brassiness. So hopefully this will then try and get rid of the brassy orangey look. Let's go. So this, I'm just going to apply it on like this. Shampoo, waxing, like so. As you can see, it's actually purple. Cute. Okay, let's go. Just gonna rub it together to make sure we're getting all the bleach out. Some people use a neutralising shampoo before actually shampooing it, but that is by your choice. I think the bleach has actually stopped because when bleach touches water, it stops processing. So I'm not going to do that step. I'm just going to go ahead straight away with the shampoo. If you look closely, you can actually see that the lace actually looks lighter. Okay, let's just wash that out now. Yeah, nice, nice. So I first started off with the hot water, but now I'm going to actually use the cold. Cold is better. It's less harsh in the hair and it locks in the moisture. Basically, I think this thing doesn't like I've poured bleach down there, so it's a bit slow draining now. So you can actually see it's looking more scalpy now. Oops. I'm just having a look at the knots. It's looking cute. Okay. I used a lot of soap, so I need a lot of rinsing. Okay, so now the shampoo is all washed out, I'm gonna go ahead and use the conditioner. So this is the conditioner, this is what it looks like. Touch of silver is gold. Let's see what it looks like when I pour it out. It's just a tint of purple, like a lilac colour, not as purpley as the other one. So let's just apply this to the base. You actually don't need that much, I was just being a little bit dramatic. Hello. So basically, when conditioning the hair, you really want to make sure you're getting deep into those knots, like forcing the conditioner through the lace, penetrating the knots, because the hair is quite fragile at the moment because we've removed pigmentation from the hair, so it needs that tender loving care. Like so. It's all saturated now, and the rest I'm just going to run it through the hair because I actually shampooed the hair, so we want to make sure that the hair is also moisturised or conditioned with the conditioner. I'm actually going to put some more conditioner onto the hair and then put the hair in a bag. If you've seen another video of when I conditioned this hair actually, I'm going to put it in a bag so it deep conditions nicely, put it in my boiler room, and then after I finish washing it and drying it, I'll show you what the hair looks like after that, and I'll show you the knots. So the next clip will be after I finish drying the hair. Okay, so now the hair has been washed and conditioned. You can see it's really shiny, which is good, which is nice. So I did take the conditioner and shampoo well. Hair feels nice and soft. So I reckon the Pro-Vac is actually quite good. Or Provoke, I don't know why I keep calling it Pro-Vac. Anyhow, onto the closure. So basically the knots have now been bleached, so now it looks a bit more scalp-like. All the little anti-dots have gone, and you can tell this by when looking at the base of the closure, because you'll see little gold dots instead of little black dots, as you can see here. So don't be worried, this isn't like the bleach or anything, this is actually the purple or the lilac conditioner. I just didn't wash it out well, so it's not bleach or anything, there's no bleach on the closure, it's just the lilac conditioner. So I just washed that out another time or closer to when I'm wearing the unit, making the wig of it. So yeah, it did take the 30 developer well. I must admit it is a slower process when using the 30 developer, but for a beginner I think you'll have more time to get to know the closure, see how it reacts, and it's less scary, less harsh on the hair when using the 30 developer. But if you feel confident, you can go ahead and do the 40. It will be less time, meaning that the bleach won't sit on the closure for so long. So it did take the bleach, it did take the bleach and the peroxide, the 30 peroxide well. It did pick up the knots, so which, as you can see, which I'm happy with. But if you feel comfortable, you can also go with the 40. It will speed up the process. Yeah, so yep, it took up the knots well. I'm quite happy. Now it's going to be more scalp-like. It did it throughout the closure. The knots have been bleached, but I must admit I did seep through on the edges. This isn't because the paste wasn't too runny or anything, it's just because I was holding and pressing down to the closures, like to the closure, the frontal, sorry, like this when taking it down to my bathroom, meaning that the pressure was seeping through the hair, and I didn't know that because it was covered with the foil, so I wasn't able to see that I was actually forcing the bleach to go through the hair. It only happened on one side. I'm not quite bothered with it because it's on the side, and I'll be wearing the hair in the middle part. But I will show you in another video how to get, if this accidentally happens to you and you seep through, don't worry, I'll show you how to get rid of them. It is an easy process to get rid of it, so don't be worried about that. If you seep through, accidents happen, and it can happen to anyone. So yeah, I'll show you how to get rid of these. So now I can make her wig and try and slay like everyone else with a frontal, because if you watch my video, I told you I am a frontal virgin. I usually just wear silk based closures because I don't have to deal with the knots, or I wear like the normal closure, but now I've moved on. I'm gonna be slay too, like everyone else. But this is now finished. This is the end of the video. Until next time, toodles.